A young woman opened a tiny flower stand right between two established florist shops. To everyone's shock, she immediately doubled her prices. When the owners of the two giant shops laughed at her, she just smiled and handed them both a beautiful bouquet. They thought she would be completely out of business in a week, but within a month she was making more money than both of them combined. Welcome back. Today we are diving into a business secret that completely flips traditional advice upside down. Society tells you that to succeed, you have to crush your competition, lower your prices, and fight for every single customer. But the truth is, if you fight the competition, you lose. You lose your margins, your energy, and eventually your business. But if you position yourself above them, control the supply, or make them depend on you, you rule the entire game. Let's look exactly at how the woman with the flower stand executed this. She knew she couldn't win a price war against two established giants, so she didn't even try to sell to everyday retail customers. Instead, she anticipated the upcoming high-demand wedding season and quietly went to the region's best growers, buying up the exclusive rights to their premium inventory. When the two massive shops next door inevitably got overwhelmed with giant wedding orders and ran out of top-tier flowers, panic set in. They had no choice but to turn to the tiny stand sitting right between them. She acted as an emergency supplier, selling her inventory exclusively to her two rivals at a massive premium. She didn't fight her competitors in the trenches, she became their most important supplier, making them do all the hard work of finding the retail customers while she collected the profits. Let me give you another perfect example of how true wealth is built by stepping out of the competition entirely. A mother gave her four daughters $2,000 each to start their own businesses selling cupcakes. The oldest sister worked exhausting 14-hour days, baking and selling them on the street for a tiny profit. The second sister bought wholesale cupcakes to sell to offices, and the third secured advanced corporate contracts to dominate the local bakeries. But the youngest sister, Megan, was the smartest of them all. She didn't bake or sell a single cupcake. Instead, she stepped completely out of the competition. She went straight to the massive flour mills and sugar distributors, telling them she had a network of bakeries with guaranteed steady orders. She connected these massive suppliers to the bakeries her sisters were using and simply took an 8% commission on every single transaction. Without ever touching a single cupcake, Megan made more money than the combined income of all three of her hard-working sisters. This is what it means to stop competing and start ruling. Megan didn't fight her sisters in a price war over baked goods. She positioned herself above them and controlled the supply chain. The reality is, most of us are trained to work hard, but that just creates a tiring cycle. Success isn't about working the hardest, it's about seeing the board clearly and creating rules that force others to play your game. If you don't follow SoulScript, you probably won't see us again, but if you do, congratulations, you're growing every single day.